Tsargoth here, and I'm here with a brand new server play Let's Play Minecraft series. With this series of videos, we'll be playing Minecraft 1.64 on a Forge server version 953. There's a bunch of mods on here, 265, and it's gonna hopefully be a blast. As some of you may have noticed, I'm starting off a new series here, with the last series having just ended somewhat abruptly. Reason being is there was some problems with the world gen with regard to some of the mods that were installed. Had to pull a couple out, add in a couple in to replace it, and this is our new setup. Anyway, we'll be right back as soon as the world's done genning. We are back with a brand new generated world. We're going to probably have another player join us in just a couple minutes here, but just for starters, let's explain what we have going on the screen right now. You'll notice in my hand I have a book, and in the upper left is a tooltip that explains what this book is. It's titled Materials and You. That's part of Tinker's Construct. We'll get into that a bit later. But other things you might notice here is we got some other biomes here with some what looks like ash stone. We got some other bunch of stones off in the distance here. We got some willow trees. We got some Venus flytraps. We got a bunch of different mods in play here. Okay, now first thing probably worth mentioning here also is sheep. You know, we need wool, so let's do that. Okay, you just saw when I killed the sheep there, I got some different little particle effects. That is part of the iChun's morph mod. It lets us shape change into any creatures that we previously killed.
Your channel. Recording on the server.
Hey Xerxes.
Hello.
Okay, Xerxes is going to be joining us on the server in just a minute as well. Here, I'm just going through getting a couple of things here. Just got myself a sheep and going to smack down some of these trees. Okay, you'll notice here that this wood's a little bit different. You can see from the tooltip in the middle of the screen there. That tooltip is from the mod Wayla. What am I looking at? Basically, just describes what mod the item is from, what the modded item's name is, and in some cases, it's going to actually explain to you some of the other properties of that item. For example, on a lever, it will actually tell you if it's on or off. Okay, now, with most Minecrafts, one of the best ways to start off is probably collecting a little bit of wood to make yourselves a crafting table. And here you can see I have a crafting table, but I'm actually doing something with it. I'm crafting it again to get a crafting station. That's part of the Tinker's Construct mod again. What I did mention we would be doing a little bit more into, but that's just one quick thing here. Crafting station works very similar to a crafting table. The main difference being that whatever you put into the crafting station, you can close it up, come back to it, and it will stay there. Okay, I'm just going to get myself a quick axe. Now you'll notice also here, when I'm using this axe, it is chopping the tree very, very slowly. Part of the mods that we have installed here is one called Treecapitator. The way Treecapitator works is if you chop the lowest block on a tree, all the wood blocks above it, including the leaves, will get chopped down. It's going to do the amount of durability damage to whatever axe you're using equal to what it would normally be if you broke each individual block. And it's also going to take a lot of extra time, depending on exactly how big the tree is. The bigger the tree is, the longer it takes. Once you do that, though, you chop it down, you get all the wood and everything from it. Okay, you think you should, well, let's get this other tree too here, Xerxes. Okay, next, have you seen around the area here, Xerxes? Do you have can you think of a good spot we might want to start off? Treecapitator isn't perfect. Sometimes it's, particularly if there's not leaves attached to a tree, it's not going to recognize something as a tree. And as a result, you're going to have to break each block individually. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal though, because when you do it that way, it chops at normal full speed. You can see here it's going much, much quicker than it was when I was doing that one block earlier. Okay. And let's chop this down here. Okay, I've got 49 wood now. Let's take a look at the map. Well, To our south here, we got some. Looks like we got some volcano biomes. That's not going to necessarily be a great place to work. We got a slime island floating up over there. We got a lot of bayou, which is foresty swamp, and we got an orchard over here to the far east. That orchard probably is our best bet to be to get food and such.
I need to check something at the snow biome down at the south.
Is that actually snow over there, or is that something? Is that some other type of rock?
Well, if we head east towards southeast Sahara, you'll head into like a lavender field.
Ooh,
There's a
can't complain
lavender
about
field.
that.
There will be a village, and right below it, I believe there was something built over there.
Should we go check it out?
Sure.
We got some ravine type things over here too. We're gonna have to work around.
Yep.
One of the other things you also notice compared to vanilla Minecraft is we've got a lot more grass, flowers, plants, and all sorts of things here. We got a number of different plant type mods installed. IC2 rubber trees, those are useful. That gives us various different types of plants that can be both used as dyes, and some of them are actually can be used as food type items. Also, thanks to various mods we have installed here, we have a bunch of different foods and seeds that we can also have here. Like here, Pam's Harvest Craft seeds, rutabaga. Okay, we're going to probably have to do some farming stuff later on here. We also got something here from the agriculture mod of cinnamon. More stuff to take care of later. Okay, looks like here we've hit our first part of the orchard biome. Now, with this orchard biome, what we have here is biomes of plenty, apple trees. You can see the leaves here that have some little reddish spots. That's just to have some apples. So here would be a pretty decent spot for some food. And here we have another tree here that comes from Pam's Harvest Craft. Xerxes, you're the expert on the Pam stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of tree this actually is? I can't tell.
This tree is called a starfruit tree from the Pam's Harvest mod. I have one of them in my inventory. And what you can do with this little starfruit is make varieties of different types of drinks, beverages, and sometimes you can replant it by using another regular oak wood sapling tree.
Does the starfruit need oak or does it need jungle? Because I know some of the Pams need jungle trees.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes, this one requires jungle. Some of them require jungle, and some of them require oak wood. This one in particular, if you can see it, is by jungle.
Yeah, definitely looks a little more jungle-like. Okay. We don't have a lot of plain old wood here, do we? We either got the willow trees or we got these other trees here, but we don't actually have anything like oaks anywhere around here.
No, unfortunately.
Ooh, we got some sunflowers too. We should probably find some place to dig in though and do some type of a shelter. Oh, got a lot of different plants here. Okay, should have broke that so quickly. What that was there is one of Pam's one of the mods from the Pam set will drop mob drops as actual plants. And I'm having a weird graphical glitch here. You know what? I'll be right back. And we happen to log into Nightfall. Okay, we need to find some sort of a safe place to work with overnight. Xerxes, when I disconnected, I lost you.
Just go ahead and dig yourself. I am going to be doing something really quick.
Alrighty. Well, my normal take in Minecraft early on, rather than build an actual building, is to dig into the ground. It's a lot easier. Already comes with its own roof and walls, and don't need to do too much other than dig. Okay. I will need a pickaxe though in order to do anything more here. So let me do that very quickly. Okay. here's something a little bit different. You'll notice here that we don't have normal stone. We have this rock called andesite. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Now, people who have played, I believe the mod's name is Terra Firmacraft, will potentially recognize some of the different types of stone here. It's the same type of idea. In order to add a little bit of variety, different colors and different hardness rocks, there's just bunches of different types. Okay, there's some chalk right there. Basically, from all intents and purposes, the stuff works pretty much like it does normal stone, at least for most of them. But it will have different colors, different hardnesses, and some different properties. Andesite is effectively normal stone. Chalk isn't, and it has lesser uses. However, the appearance of it, nice solid white, probably has some good build purposes. Okay. Other thing I wanted to mention here, before we get too far in here, is this server is running on hard mode, which does mean zombies are able to break down any types of doors they find. So, to be safe, I'm burying myself. Okay, I've got 12 stone. I got my crafting station. That's enough to make a furnace, and as you can see here, I'm using the andesite cobblestone, and I was able to make a normal vanilla furnace. Next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to cook up some of my wood there with the old tools I have. Don't really need those anymore because I'm going to have some better material here in just a sec. Okay, let's get a couple more sticks. Start with a stone pickaxe. Excellent. Okay, now I don't have any coal yet, but even if I did, I tend to prefer using charcoal over normal coal. Because of the mod sets we have installed here, coal can be used for other things, such as making steel, and later on with IC2, advance machines by making the carbon plates. Overall, coal probably has a lot better uses than charcoal, so if you're just needing simple fuel, I find it easier to just use charcoal, especially considering with the trees, it's just easy enough to replant and make yourself some new stuff. How are you going over there, Xerxes?
Not too bad.
Okay. Well, we can see here I got a bunch of different resources here. Let's start by getting this iron. Alright. Now, one of the other materials you can see here is we have a bunch of copper ore. Now, this copper ore is, if you look over on the wheel of tips there, is listed as being an eMasher resource. eMasher resource is part of the eMasher set of mods, which includes Gascraft, eMasher core itself, Engineer's Toolbox, and eMasher's Defense. The eMasher set of resources here tends to be a bit of a harder material, and you can't use a stone pickaxe to get it. We're going to need at least an iron one to be able to get that. We're also going to need at least iron to get this amber. So there's not much we can do with that just yet. Alright. Well, also going to get myself an axe here. And we probably need some type of place to store some stuff. Well, let's get ourselves a few more sticks here. And this charcoal. And we have some torches to at least light up the place for the time being. How is the nighttime? It's still very night. Okay, not going out there just yet. Alright, well, there's not much I can do here at the moment, other than maybe just patch things up a little bit. And wait until daytime. So you know what? Let me clean up a little bit in here. Let's get this stuff done, and I'll be back as soon as I get a little bit more done in here. Back, it's still nighttime, but I figured this is worth mentioning here. As I mentioned before, we're going to talk a little bit about Tinker's Construct. First thing I'm going to talk about with Tinker's Construct here is the drying rack. Tinker's Construct, basically, there's a mod as far as being able to add a bunch of different customized tools to Minecraft. Now, you can build pickaxe using, instead of just the standard wood and either metal or stone or diamond, you can actually mix and match different parts. You can use a wooden handle, or you can even use a stone handle. You can even use an obsidian handle. Netherrack, cactus, slime, bunch of different resources, and you can mix and match the tools using different different parts here. So you can actually make a pickaxe completely out of stone. You can make it completely out of wood, or completely out of metal. When you do it this here, you're going to be infusing the pickaxe with different properties, and then you can use parts of Tinker's Construct to effectively enchant it using different items. The nice thing about Tinker's Construct tools is when you make them, they will never completely break. They may end up into a point that's the tool itself is not usable, but it can be repaired. One of the other things about the Tinker's Construct here is this drying rack. Now, a drying rack is basically just something off early game that's gonna help you out a little bit here. So I'm gonna make myself a few of these. It's just made using normal wood, and you can hang them up on the wall here. And what you can do with these drying racks is hang the meat that you get off of various animals up on the rack. Now, we got daytime. Now I'm going to leave those there, and I'm going to come back to them in a little bit. And I'm going to go out here with what we got here, and I'm going to get myself a little bit more wood. You know what? I should probably mark this on the map too. We call this base in the group of base. Okay, now, what you just saw me do there is I was just setting up a waypoint using the map writer or Opus mod. Opus is basically using the map writer part. Zombie, don't want to hang around here. Wayla is effectively using the map writer mod, or sorry, not Wayla. Opus is effectively using the map. Eep, man, elemental. I'm not doing good.
Oh, that's not good.
Looks like that might have been a boss guy too. 120 health. Yeah, I don't want to deal with him. Trying this one more time here. Map Writer mod is effectively being used by Opus. Oh, jeez. We got a zombie coming too, and a horse just stepping on a Venus flytrap here and nearly killing itself. Okay, this is going to be a tricky morning here. And I died. That didn't take too long. Well, we do have the marker on the waypoint here. We can actually see where I was, thanks to that little red dot here. So I'm going to work my way back there. And you know what? I'll be back as soon as I get my stuff back. We made it back over here. We eventually got the zombie. I've died a couple more times here. You can see by the heads I have in my inventory there. One of the things I wanted to bring up here is when I did die, this spawned where I died. This is a tombstone that's provided by the mod OpenBlocks. And one of the things that this mod does here, particularly with the tombstone there, is when you die, instead of all your items dropping to the ground, one of those will spawn. And what that will do is that will collect all the items that you had in your inventory and hopefully save them until you can come back and get them. So that makes life a little bit easier with regards to dying. You don't have to rush back to your spot in fear of losing items. OpenBlocks adds a lot of other things, and we're going to be playing with that mod in a while as well, particularly with the inventory sorting system, and probably a lot with the elevator blocks. Okay, we got this willow tree. That's chopped down. And I should probably plant a couple more saplings here, just to replace some of the ones we've chopped down already. Oh, that's another apple tree. Okay. Well, we got enough wood to probably get us going for a little bit. We need some better tools.
Where are you located?
I am. Okay. if you come towards... Yep, there you are. I think I saw you.
Yep, I see you.
Okay, just come over this way and I'll show you where I dug in. It's no... it's absolutely nothing special, but it's at least a furnace, a crafting table, and a treasure chest.
It works.
For now it does. Gonna need better, though. Ooh,
I have food for you.
we have... Is that a watermelon? That's a creeper pod. Creeper pod is one of the... Oh, thank you. Creeper pod is one of the Pam plants there. Basically, it's another one of those mob drops. That one just drops gunpowder. Right over here, Xerxes.
Okay.
No problem. You don't have to come in yet. You just need to... Just so you know where it is. Alright. Now, you did recall from hopefully last time we put a bunch of pork chops up here. We got bacon jerky. Now, there's basically a lot, any of the vanilla meats you can put up here. We can even use zombie flesh up there. And if, for the people who have played Don't Starve, you can get your fill of monster jerky in Minecraft. Okay. What do we got here? We have a lot of apples. We have a lot of apples. Okay, we got a lot of wood here too. So, you know, let's start on getting some of the Tinker's Construct stuff done. We're going to need some wood planks to start off with, so let's grab that. We need 56 sticks.
This is a temporary spot?
Is this which, sorry, Xerxes?
A temporary spot?
Yeah, I'm thinking at least it's going to be good enough to get us going until we do some more exploring. Considering the amount from what the looks of it is we have on the map here, we have a lot of water. This is probably going to be a good spot to set off and build a ship to do a little more exploring. And we will need some basic stuff here, like some of the different metals. We can clean out a little bit of this copper, get some tin, make some bronze, and probably just get moving from there. At least this is something to start off with. Okay, we have 28 planks. Now, with the Tinker's Construct mod, let's grab that materials in new book again. There it is. In order to start off, you're going to need the blank pattern, which I did make, and I made 28 of those. Now, I know 28 from experience. For the stuff that I want to do, 28's the perfect number to start off with. In order to start off with the mod, you're going to need a stencil table, which is just a wooden plank with one of those stencils on top of it, a park crafter, which is an oak log or any log with a plank with a stencil on top of it, a pattern chest, which is a chest with a stencil on top of it, and the final one is a tool station with a stencil on top of it, which is just a crafting table. Tool forge comes into later. That makes some of the bigger tools. We do not have any of the stuff necessary to do that yet, so we'll skip that out. Okay, part builder. Stencil table. Pattern chest. And finally, the tool station. Okay. Oh, we already had a crafting station. Oh, you needed it and I was using it. I'm sorry. Okay. You'll see here now that I did all that, I got a new materials and new book. Now this is the next volume, which basically explains how to make the different tools and some of the properties of the different resources you can use. Now you saw in here we have battle signs, we have chisels, we have daggers, we have frying pans, so you can both come into hunt pigs and then cook them with the same pan. We have a lumber axe, hammer, which are excavator, scythe. Those are some of those advanced tools that we need the upgraded tool station for, which is the tool forge. We can't do anything with that yet. Okay, so let's dig in here, dig in there, dig in there, and one more time back there. I'll explain what that one part down there is for. Okay, ooh, we got iron. Let's get in there first. We got a good bit of iron. Okay. Better light this up in here too. Torches. Okay, now what I was trying to do with this is let's put the stencil table down here. Put our stencils in there. Put the rest of the stuff we have in here. Part build, that can go in there, that can go in there. Okay, part builder will go here, and I'll explain why specifically put the part builder there in a second. And let's go through and make the stencils. The stencil table is basically what you need to make all the parts, all the patterns you need to lay out the rest of the Tinker's Construct tools. Now, there is a hidden one, which you can only obtain in a village, but from the actual stencil table, you can obtain 24 different patterns. That's why we needed the 28 patterns. We needed the 24 that you can to get to make each of the stencils, and the 4 remaining were to make the tool station. Did I just make that twice? Ack, I did. I'm going to need a new stencil. Okay, so you get the stencil table, the tool builder, the part chest, and the part builder, and I didn't do that one. Good. Okay. I need to make a new stencil. Silly me. Okay, I'm just cycling through each of the parts here now. We're not going to be doing any of the other tools just yet, the bigger ones, but it's a good idea to have the patterns out of the way, particularly that way you're not going to forget what one you've missed, if any. So I need 2 more sticks and 2 more planks. So I'm going to need to use another piece of wood here. And arrowhead. Okay, now the pattern chest, basically you can just store all the patterns that you've made into the chest here. Now, we don't need that one because I already have a duplicate of that, so my little flub there. Now with the stencil table done, next everything is in the pattern chest. Now we have the part builder. The reason we put the part builder next to the pattern chest is when it is next to the pattern chest, you can just go into the pattern chest and pull each of the tools parts out as needed. Then finally you put everything together into the tool station. Now we're getting pretty late into the episode here, so I'm going to probably cut this off pretty soon, but I'm going to want to make at least one tool, and that tool is going to be a pickaxe. Pickaxe requires a pickaxe head, a tool binding, and a handle. So let's get the bare necessities for that. We have some different wood, and now we have some sticks. So we need that. Let's take a piece of wood. And lastly, let's take some stone. Okay, now, it said we needed a handle, which we can make out of sticks. That's fine as is. Next thing we needed was the tool binding. Okay, so we put the binding in here, and we put what we want over there. You know what? Let's use a stick here, just make things a little easier. And then the final thing that we need is the pickaxe head. We put that in here, and normally it would accept cobblestone. But this isn't cobblestone. This is andesite cobblestone. This is one of the few mods that we have on here that won't actually recognize it. So what we need to do is we need to convert the andesite cobblestone into regular cobblestone. That's just done by putting it in a crafting grid like this, and you will get yourself your 4 cobblestone in replacement for that. Now we can go in here and we can get the stone pickaxe head. So we put the pickaxe head in. Put pickaxe head in, binding in, handle in. We have a pickaxe. Now let's just do one other quick tool here. I'm going to do a mattock, which is a shovel and an axe. We're going to need some tool rods here, so let's put this. Take the cobblestone out, put this wood in here. We're going to get a wooden tool rod and a stick, which is wooden tool rod is effectively a stick. So we put that in here, and we're going to quickly throw together a mattock. A mattock basically acts like an axe and a shovel with some pluses and some minuses. The axe effectively as an axe, as with all the bonuses of Tree Capitator, can be used as normally. As for the shovel parts, it doesn't act as a shovel for gravel. It doesn't act as a shovel for sand, but it does work full shovel speed for dirt, and it also can till soil, so you can use it as a farming tool. So it has some advantages of both, and it's also an axe. It's pretty much just easier to keep it all in one tool. Okay, we got that all done. So let's put the cobblestone in here. We have our tools. And you know what? Let's take a look out here. It's night. It's raining. You know what? I think it's probably good to call it the end for this episode here. What we'll do is we will do a little bit of processing on our various materials here. Ack! You were cooking stuff instead of using a crusher. Bad, bad, bad.
Where's the crusher?
We didn't make it yet.
That's
Okay. Okay, well, take it easy, everyone. I'll explain what this crusher is at the beginning of the next episode. Have a good one.